What is up and welcome back. Sorry, I had to get the good old shirt in the thumbnail. I love it. It is absolutely hilarious. I seen this and it was on clearance and I was like, we have got to have that. So, let's get right into it. Check out the J Station terminated and the Keemstar doxing. Quite an interesting story. I see that a lot is shaken and J Station has docs Keem. Check out the video and it covers everything. We've covered J Station in the past, about a year and a couple months, but yeah. I'm gonna put my rings back on. I noticed them like they're sitting over here. So let's get right into it. We are going to dive into the Foodie Beauty health updates. And I scanned through this after I got out the shower and was getting ready. And I'm like, you are kidding me. So it is just a complete contradiction of contradiction. I'm going to therapy. I'm not going to therapy. I'm going to therapy. I'm going to counseling. I'm not. Wait a minute. It is a contradiction. So let's start out with, she did take, it says Foodie Beauty. She's back to Foodie Beauty. The Chantal Marie didn't last long. This is what I don't think she's understanding is you can change the name, but you can't change the game and the player. You can change your name all you want. It really doesn't matter. You're not going to... You're known as Foodie Beauty, Chantal Marie. You flip back and forth. People know that's your real name, Chantal Marie. So I don't know what she thinks that if it's... I don't really get it. I don't know if she thinks it's a rebrand, but it's still the same... Like I said, still the same game and the same play. You know, the chess game's still being played the same. So, it says, Foodie Beauty, cooking vlog, story time, and random weirdness. So, she did listen and take health out the, equivalent here. But that is the new banner. We've got a cupcake over here. So, yeah, I'm glad she didn't add wellness or anything health because, yeah, we've got some lips and a cupcake. So, is this her just saying she's pretty much thrown in the towel? You know, we're going to eat cupcakes, no more health. But then it's like, okay, we've got this health date here. There's a picture here. It is highly filtered. We all know that Foodie has never looked like that since she started her channel. I'm hoping you can see here, but highly filtered to the fullest. Let's get into our drink of the day and snack of the day, and let's just bust on into this. I do have a comment that I'm going to read that Joey is a super awesome subscriber of the channel. Shout out to you, Joey. You're always awesome. You're always coming in clutch with the notifications, gang. So shout out today. We're going to shout out Joey. So Joey, your comment is stayed, and right now it is setting at 655 likes. So yeah, congratulations, Joey. Your comment survived. Let's go ahead and bust into our drink of the day. This is the Probiotics Tropical Coconut Digestive Health Karma Wellness Water. 2 billion cultures, 20 calories. Says pill, push, shake, transform. 100% fresh AE essentials. Vitamin B plus, powered by BC30 probiotic. And I know that we've tried one of these. I want to say the cherry, but I don't know if this is brand. So it says pill, push, and shake. And yeah, our snack of the day, we have two, but we're just going to do one in this video. And then we've got lots to get into tonight. So we've got a birthday cake, limited edition Kit Kat. And we'll cover that in another video. And then I figured since we get a healthy drink, we'll kind of bring, these are the Simple Truth free from, the free from, I think it's just like different, different additives and stuff like that. But these are from Kroger's. It's like Smith's, different states. These are the Buffalo Ranch flavored almonds. And let's pop our drink open. Okay, so it says low calorie, transform water into wellness. Okay, guys, I do not remember how to do this, so I'm pretty sure I'm going to slide you guys over here. I've got a couple things that I've already, we are going to do a Thai tea video tonight. We've just got a lot to get back into. For me being sick, Okay, it says push. Let's take this off. That way you guys can get the full gist here. I do apologize. Grab yourself a snack and a drink. This might be rather long, but why I'm going to take this off here is it shows the little things falling, and try not to stab myself here in the meantime. And if I'm not mistaken, these little things, it shows how they fall. Okay, so we got a clear bottle here. Get these scissors out the way. And let's scoot you guys up. My slippers, I apologize. Okay. Here we go. I'm pretty sure we just push this and let's do it. Here we go. There we go. There we go. Make sure we get them all in there. Okay, let's give this... we still got more. Here we go. Okay, let's... we still got more, but I can't get them to fall down in there. Okay, let's give this a shake, like it says. There we go. Okay, got all the ones at the top here. Let's give this a good shake so they're really... Okay, let's get right into this. It seems to dissolve. We got a couple floaters, but let's do one more shake here. All right, let's get into this. I apologize, and let's take a swiggle here, and we'll get right into it. I've never had this flavor. This one was tropical coconut. Here we go. Okay, so it's just a light flavor. You do get a hint of like a tropical, like a pineapple. Not getting a lot of coconut, but I do get tropical, but it's pretty good. It's just a light flavored. Still get the water, but it's just a light flavored. So this isn't too bad. I like it. Okay. And then let's grab a, again, Simple Truth Buffalo Ranch. I did go ahead and open them for us. That way I can try and hurry. I know we're running. So here's what they look like. They are super coated, as you can tell here. Okay. Definitely get the ranch aspect. You get more ranch than buffalo, but they are nicely coated. Almonds good and fresh. Those are delicious. Now, there is a couple flavors. Excuse me. I did see, so we might be trying. Those are amazing. If you like ranch, you don't get so much buffalo. You really do get the ranch, but those are great. Let's get right into this. Sorry. And again, this is the... Man, those are great. Almond, very crispy and fresh. It's not too overpowering ranch, but you really get the ranch. Okay. Health update. Let's do it. Oh, goodness.
No, Sam, it's a storm. Oh, my goodness. Look at this. It was clear 2 seconds ago, and now... Wow. I'm glad I'm in here, not out there. What is it? It's snow. It's snow. Chibbyos.
Oh, good night.
Hey guys, hey, how are you? I just washed my face.
Excuse me.
And had a shower, and I'm back in some pajamas. So, I just wanted to do a quick update for you and talk a bit about how I'm doing on this new injection I'm on for diabetes and for weight loss, and just in general how I'm feeling, how I'm doing. So to start, I know I've been doing a lot of live streams And I find those easy to do when I'm feeling more down in the dumps. It allows me to interact with people, which does brighten my...
So you guys know as well as I do, they don't need any editing. They don't need any description really. She puts the title on. After you do the live, they throw themselves up. That's why if you guys have seen sometimes the live I did, I've got like a crazy face or something. They automatically throw themselves up after. They are less effort, less work. So that is why I'm pretty sure that you guys have gathered and I've gathered. She's doing the lives. I would say, A, it's easier work, and B, the super chats. Haven't seen her get a bunch of them, but I think that's why the lives come into play. I think it's just as strange as you're turning on the camera. If you're depressed, you're not going to turn on the camera. I'm sorry. There's days that you guys don't see me that I'm down and out. I don't turn the camera on. So I don't buy the whole I'm depressed thing and turn on the camera. Anybody that's truly depressed, I'm going to finish up my tea here. Anybody that's truly depressed is not just going and turning on a camera. That's not how severe depression works. I do believe she has some kind of depression, but I think a lot of it just falls into laziness. So let's move ahead.
Stay up a little bit to talk to you guys and everything, and just see the overwhelming amount of support I have from you guys. Also, I'm going through some side effects of this new medicine I'm on, and it doesn't have me feeling too well right now. Hey, Sam. So I'm on an injection called Ozempic, and I'm on a 0.25 milligram dose to start, and in 2 weeks I'll be moving up to 0.5 milligrams. Now this injection, once a week injection, is used to lower your A1C and blood sugars, and also to lose some weight. And most people have reported that they've lost about 5% of their body weight by taking this injection.
We've said this before if you're new. Foodie Beauty is on this Ozempic shot, but here is the thing. She has still been eating the same. She went through Wendy's the other day. She went and drove for her hometown where she grew up, had a pizza. She's still been basically eating the same. She had a THC vape and some gummies, ate that whole night, ended up saying she made a poutine or disco fries, whatever. I don't really care what the difference is. It's still gravy, cheese, and fries. Said she used tater tots, that the gummies, duh. I told you guys, THC, edibles, and things like that will give you the munchies, so... who would have thought? She's still eating the same. Sorry, I seen that flame. Let me make sure. She's still eating the same. There is no magic pill. There is no magic shot. You have to put the legwork in with it. You have to change your diet to go hand in hand. I personally think she's been eating the same. It's like pasta, pizza, sandwiches, pasta, pizza, poutine, same stuff.
It does slow down your digestion.
And I do apologize if you see the tablet shaking a little bit. I still have a little bit of a sinus infection. You can kind of hear me, but I had some coffee and then had this tea, and I'm kind of jittery. So if you kind of see, I'm a little jittery from the coffee jitters. I had this Starbucks pod. It was like 2 extra caffeine.
Controls the hunger hormone in your brain. So I do find that it has been doing that. I do find that I'm overall just less thinking of food. I'm also...
When?
Turned off by a lot of foods. It always feels like there's something in my stomach. I always feel full, and that's probably because of the slowed down digestion. There is some nausea, and recently there's more fatigue, so I'm just...
So I would say the nausea... You know, I'm not a medical practitioner, doctor, nurse, any of that. I would say that the nausea could come from overeating, still pumping in all the same things that we were eating before. We're still eating the same things. You can say she had a salad the other day at, the BB place. Sorry, yesterday, I just wasn't feeling it. I had some of my Thai food. The BB place, she literally had the size of my forearm here. She had a sandwich that big. It was like I don't know if it was like a shawarma or something, but of course it had fries in it. And it was literally, I'm not even exaggerating, it was the size of my forearm. She proclaimed she chucked half of it. Why wouldn't you get a smaller sandwich? But, you know, our girl proclaims she likes to waste food.
I'm tired all the time lately. Doesn't matter how much sleep I get. And the doctor did say to expect some pretty nasty side effects.
All this, sorry, I keep pausing. All this has been going on before the shot. I think we're at the point now where she sleeps too much. So therefore the body is still tired. I have narcolepsy, you know, medically it happens to me. There's times where my body shuts down and then it's like I've slept so long, but I'm still sleepy because my body has, you know, gotten used to it. So this is all things that we were doing before the shot. Excuse me. Nothing's changed that I see.
But from what I hear, they do taper down in the subsequent weeks to months or whatever. So, but I'm guessing that's how the weight loss part works, is you just don't feel like eating, you feel sick, so you don't feel like eating. So it's kind of a trade-off, you know, but Sam, it's rude. I'm trying to do a video. He wants to go out in the snowstorm. Can you believe this? No, it's feeding. So on top of all that, you know that I've been struggling a lot with my mental health, overall motivation to do anything, you know, beyond laying in bed. And I'm really working hard on that. But I know there will come a time where I'm feeling a bit better. And as soon as I do, I will put out some recorded videos for you guys, and, you know, probably within days or whatever. So I do want to get back on a schedule, and I have been changing my name back and forth on my channel, my banners, as if, you know, thinking that changing my banner and my name will, like, just change everything. But
okay, so we're going to pause right here, and we're going to read Joey's comment. And Joey's comment is spot on. I have also said this. Joey says, no, with all due respect, everyone doesn't have a different option, or excuse me, a different opinion of what's healthy. If you take a survey of 100 random people, most of them will say that a bowl of steamed vegetables is healthier than poutine and pizza. This is your channel. Do what you want with it. But I suggest you remove health from your banner. The more you present yourself as someone who wants to be healthy, the more you will have people chiming in and telling you you're not. According to this video, that's exactly what you don't want. Joey, 100%, I said this also, take health. But here we go. Now listen, here's a bunch of when the contradiction starts to come up. And, you know, this just, it's all over the place. It's so, once we start talking about the counseling, it's this to that to this. I'm going to pull you guys a little closer now that Sugar Bear just moved.
I'm in like an identity crisis right now, and I really don't know what the heck I'm doing, so bear with me. I know it's amusing to a lot of you, and I know it's laughable. Yeah, I know. So anyway.
It's really not amusing. It's sad. It's very frustrating. And again, we have said this like a broken record. If you don't do the work, nothing's going to change. She is expecting this big change and not wanting to put in the legwork, as I call it. It's just the same stuff every day. And a couple people have said in the comments, I'm not making fun of anybody. She can log off at any given time. She puts this on here, so we have the right to share our opinions. We have the right to view this. That is why she puts it on here. If she doesn't want to, people to react and to look at it and watch it, then log off. It's as simple as that. So I'm tired of hearing, oh, well, no. We're watching this just like everybody else. We can have an opinion just like everyone else.
I guess that's...
You put it on here, people are going to react. People are going to comment, share their opinion.
I know a lot of you have been at my live streams, And like I said, it's not going to be a permanent thing. I know I've been doing so many of them, but it's just an easy way to just press, turn on the camera and hang out with 1,000 people or so and just share my day, because I really do like sharing a lot of stuff. So sometimes I think I don't, but in the end, I really do enjoy it. I'm kind of an attention
So
whore,
tomorrow, I shouldn't have shared that. I wish I wouldn't have shared that. Which is it? Do you want to share? Do you not want to share? Like, this is where her indecisiveness, like, why, if you're not going to talk, I would have never put this video up if I wasn't going to talk about health stuff. That is where the contradictory comes into. I don't want to talk about health. I do, I don't. And then when people bring it up, she gets mad. This is why I wish, and get ready coming up, it's like, stop giving health advice. If she would stop giving health advice, I think a lot of people would chill out a little bit. But when you are acting like you know this and that, now get ready coming up, she's about to, well, this is if you do this and you do that. No, throw in the towel and just say, I don't know what I'm doing, because we clearly see that you don't know what you're doing. Look, the thing is stuck on here, but you are trying to act like well, intuitive, and no. Quit getting on here and just, say, I don't know this stuff. Quit acting like you do. That is where a lot of your backlash comes from, too.
Attention you guys are giving me. I think it's just also like the winter gloom. It's just, I feel cabin fever.
Welcome to the rest of the world in winter season.
So I'm going to have to really push myself when the weather is nice enough to go out, which is going to be just around the corner. So I'd like for Pete and I both to get out and do more things for videos and stuff. We used to have a lot of fun going places, and I'm really looking forward to that.
She's made like a handful. It always is interesting when she says, I'm really looking forward to me and Pete's. First off, we know that Pete's doesn't like to really go out and about and do stuff. He's very cut dry and very, but it's like we've had a handful of videos literally, I can't wait for me and Pete's to get out and do stuff. It's like she's using, again, Pete's as her content. Pete's as, well, I really wish. You cannot rely. What if Pete's doesn't want to go? She uses Pete's like a content puppet.
As I said, all these daily live streams are just temporary. I mean, I do still plan on doing regular live streams, but probably not not every single day. Once I get back to recorded videos. Diet-wise, how I'm doing with eating, I'll probably talk less about it on my channel in regards to weight loss and stuff like that, only because I feel a lot of the time when I bring that subject up again, I figured out that what bothers me about it is I'm always justifying my choices. I find myself always justifying my choices. I always find myself justifying what I'm eating. And that kind of justification, it can be toxic. And I'm trying to, work with a therapist to get away from that feeling of shame with food. So
now, she slipped up the other day in a live stream and said she's only had one therapy appointment. So again, how are you working with the therapist? See, this is where the contradictory really comes into play. This is where the lies start to, that she goes back and forth contradicting herself. Well, I'm working with the therapist. Dude, you slipped up the other day and said you've only had one therapy appointment. You canceled the other one. So get ready. This is when, like, the contradiction really kicks in. This is why I don't ever believe, maybe she did go to one, but I don't believe she's went back. I just, if she even went to one, to be honest. Listen what she says coming up, so I don't have to pause, about her doctor saying that they can't really find somewhere for her to go. Get ready. This is really where it starts to get interesting.
the problem is everybody has a different opinion on what is healthy, on what someone
Just like Joey said, there's no, either it's healthy or it's not. Either it's healthy or it's not. Okay, is a Kit Kat healthy? No. Are these almonds a little bit healthier? Yes. Are they the healthiest because they have Buffalo Ranch seasoning? Probably not. But they are more healthy than a candy bar. It's simple. It's simple math here. Just like Joey said, is a bowl of vegetables versus a poutine and a bunch of pizza. It's common knowledge here. There's nothing to argue about. The facts are the facts. The nutrition facts don't lie.
eat to lose weight. You know, I almost feel like I get told off, I guess, in a sense, by a lot of people. Like, what are you doing? No, don't eat that. That has too many carbs. Or it's just like I just envision the tone. And I guess with writing a comment, the tone doesn't really come through as well as, you know, maybe sometimes people don't mean to sound that way. But I'm just going to stop justifying what I'm eating or what I'm doing. I know I put a post up a while ago about making drastic changes, and you know what? That's part of my disorder, is just going from black and white extremes, and that's also, again, in therapy, what I'm going to be working to get away from in order to have a repaired relationship with food, because no matter what diet you go on, if you don't repair your relationship with food, it's gonna make
now here we go. This is where I would have a lot more respect for Foodie if she would cut the nonsense out. Dude, you've went to one therapy appointment, you slipped up the other day, and now you're sitting here saying, well, this is where it comes in with food. Dude, you don't know. Stop trying to give medical and health advice on things you have no idea about. Stop. That is like me going to, let's just per se, one nail class, or I don't know why that came to my mind, and saying, well, you need to use this kind of acrylic and use these kind of products because this is where it works the best. Do you think I'm going to know what a nail technician knows out of years and years of trying different products, seeing what's the best things? It's trial and error. How can you sit on here and say, well, no, you can't get that through one appointment. I've been working on myself for a while now, and it takes time. It takes different, one therapy session, you might work on this. The next could be coping skills. The next could be your triggers, etc., etc. One therapy session doesn't cover all these years of trauma and self-harm. No. Stop acting like you know and giving this advice to people. This is where the backlash comes from. Sorry, guys. I know this is getting long.
This is a lot more likely, just from experience, just from what I'm learning. So I just want to say that sometimes, yes, you see me eat Chinese food, you see me eat pizza, and I'm not making excuses for what I'm eating.
But you are.
Just that I'm having a really hard time with extremes and completely eliminating things immediately from my diet. And I'm very impulsive. So a lot of the time I announce...
Here's the thing, too. Just like with those nasty vermicelli noodles we seen the other night, she couldn't have, said, okay, well, I want Chinese, but I'm going to, just like me, I made sure I ate my soup first, and I ate my fresh roll, and then I had a couple ragoons throughout, but she couldn't say, I do want Chinese, but let me try and work a little bit more healthy option. She went right for the noodles. Right for the greasy noodles, and they looked absolutely disgusting and horrendous. They didn't even look good. She was splattering them with sriracha, but here's the thing. She couldn't have picked a more reasonable Chinese option and said, I do want Chinese. I know that the sauces are full of sugar and stuff, but let me get something with some veggies in. Stick away from the rice. Stick away from the noodles. That is how you see that I can eat stuff like this and eat stuff like that Chinese, because I'm not eating it every day. I still have my beef and my rice in the fridge. And we're going to make, I have a Thai tea video coming up and a deviled egg video coming up I want to make. But if I don't eat that tonight and I have my deviled eggs and some pasta salad later, then I'll have it the next day. But you cannot continue every choice. You go to these places and you don't even try, or at least cut the portion in half. There's no trying. I don't care what anyone says.
It's always been to my detriment. So, I don't know. Hopefully I learn one day that not to be so impulsive. But again, you know, it's something I have to work on. It's something I have to learn to improve. We all have room for improvement. We all have flaws. And for me, being impulsive is definitely one of those things. So,
I was talking to Rose Thorne on the phone earlier. I talked to Rose and I made a comment me and Rose were talking about, and it said, I said, she is all gas, zero brakes. All gas, the car is going full speed. There is zero brakes, no stops. It is going full force. There is no slowdown. It is just keep on trucking nonstop. I think she's beyond, impulsive. I think that pretty much anything she does is impulsive at this point. And like I told Rose, I said she is literally all gas and zero brakes. That is the best term I could possibly think of. And Rose is like, what? I said, yeah, shout out to Rose if you see this. But yeah, I mean, there's no stops. There's no brakes in between. It is full throttle.
I think that I need more psychiatric help than what I have. I am on an antidepressant, which I've been on for a while, and it does help take the edge off. But I'm wondering if I have something else going on. I've never been properly psychiatrically evaluated, and it's really, really hard to get in to see a psychiatrist here right now. There's just wait lists, there's shortages, and whenever I...
So let me know in the comments, you guys. I was really wondering this. I told you about my story where I went to a place and I said, hey, I'm at my end's wits. This is where I'm at. I need help. Let me know, is it like that in Canada? Is she BSing about not being able to get help? I feel like if she really went to like a crisis center, let me know if there's something like that. I feel like she just doesn't do the research and the legwork and saying, hey, this is where I'm at my end's wits. But then again, it's kind of like if she would do that, she would take a place, and I'm not saying this to be mean, that's a phrase of mine, I hate to say it, but it's truth. She would take a place of somebody that was detrimentally serious, that wants to change. I think with her, it's just in the moment she thinks about wanting to change, and then the next day, it's game on, full throttle. But let me know in the comments, is, it harder to get in mental health counseling, etc. in Canada? Let me know if you guys know that, or is this just her making more excuses?
It's one of those things where it's like, ooh, it's going to be hard to get you in with somebody. And that's just really, that's just a reality of
I've never heard, I paused it. She's just said a minute ago that her doctor said, ooh, it's going to be hard to get you in a place. I've never, heard a doctor say that. Let me know, you guys, is this real life over there? I heard that Canada's health system is really good. Let me know, is this a thing, or these are just excuses she's coming up with? I just don't see, or maybe she's not telling the truth to her doctor, what kind of crisis mode that she's in. Again, I just said, hate to repeat myself, but does she really tell the doctors, what kind of crisis she's in? I don't maybe believe she does. If they're just telling her this, maybe she goes in and says, well, I'm a little depressed. She doesn't really get down to the nitty gritty, how crazy things really are. But honestly, let me know if you know anything about the mental health care system over there.
Healthcare,
I just don't see a doctor saying that.
Here, and I'm sure it's like that in a lot of other places. So it's just something I'm continuing to struggle with, and yeah, so I understand that everyone has a different opinion, like I said, on what should be eaten and what should be done, and you should be an inpatient, you should see this, and I used to just kind of fight that and be defensive and you know, continually justify my answers to you, and I'm just going to stop doing that. You can have your opinion.
Is she high during this? She's very like cottonmouth. If you have ever partaked in the sticky icky, you kind of get like cottonmouth per se, just very dry mouth. But this is just okay. Watch here in a minute. Now, remind you, she already slipped up in the live stream the other night and said, I've only done one counseling appointment. Again, if that's even true with the one appointment. I was going to say something else, but the cotton mouth got me. This is like she's had a moment. Oh, I know. She's had a moment where she's like, okay, say what you want. Negative, ghostwriter. The minute anybody says, right now, she's probably mellow because maybe a little bit, but the next time it's rage in the cage, you know, I like to use the word rage in the cage, as we say, and, you know, some people, oh, it's not rage in the cage, you're exaggerating. Well, you know what, that's what I like to call it. When she gets in rage in the cage mode, it'll be the same thing again. You guys are judging me, etc., etc. It's like this is just, I really don't know what this video is for, to be honest. I really don't.
Interactive, I mean, it's a social media. I ask that you be respectful in comments. I don't, you know, condone the bullying or the hate, but you're allowed your opinion if that, you know, but that doesn't mean that...
Till they block your next live stream.
If you leave your opinion to someone, doesn't mean that they're going to follow that. It might not be right for their way of living or whatever. So, I think that people have this perception that because of the back and forth and because of not following through on certain things and, you know, announcing I want to be super healthy and then eating something that would not be considered healthy, that people just see me as somebody who's not wanting to change, who's not doing things to change behind the scenes. And that's fair enough, but that's not true at all. It's not true at all. I do have...
Again, like I'm going to say it one more time. Slipped up and said the one therapy. We've seen you ate pizza all last week. You just had the Chinese food. Tonight, your own Mission pizza will probably maybe cover, or excuse me, Mission spaghetti sauce. You guys, these live streams have been absolutely long. Maybe we'll cut to the part where I don't know, but it's been hard to keep up with. But tonight's dinner was spaghetti. There again, you know, carb central, but she's trying, you guys, with her one counseling and her pasta bowl of spaghetti.
Every day, maybe once every 2 weeks or something like that. It depends. It's not really a fixed schedule anymore because I did cancel before my therapy. Therapy, again, is just something that's so hard for me to get into.
So she says, my therapist has reserved as needed spots. Okay, so you're not making any sense. You said you canceled, but now it's reserved as needed. There's no therapist. There never has been. There probably won't be, unfortunately. That is what these women need. But again, with her and Amber Lynn, Jen, and I know we need to step into Jen, I think they're so far into their food, they would need a inpatient program. With her, she thinks that every time somebody says inpatient, they mean like a psych ward. They're saying inpatient. I do believe that, you know, we're not going to get into that, but I do believe she does need a mental health evaluation, you know, but that's neither here nor there. But obviously all this goes in with your mental health, eating, doing the things you do, you know, what makes you do these things. So, you know, now it's my therapist has reserved as needed spots, but 2 seconds ago you just said it's every 2 weeks or something. What is it here? That's why people, this isn't all adding up. The last, like, 10 minutes.
Opened up, I feel naked, I feel vulnerable, I don't feel very good talking about things with people. Somebody asked me if I ever cry, and I don't. I don't like crying.
What's wrong with crying?
I hate crying. I hate that. So I guess I just feel sorry for myself whenever I talk about issues. And I just hate that feeling. So, but I'm going to work through it. And especially for the eating disorder recovery part, a lot of the process for eating disorder recovery seems counterintuitive.
Okay, this is where I get aggravated. We're almost there, guys. I think we have like 3 minutes left. Maybe 4. So this is where I say knock it off with giving health advice. You have went to one appointment. You slipped up and said the other day, listen to what she says here. It's like she knows. Well, along with the process, listen to this. This is why I say you wouldn't get as much backlash and as much, static that comes your way if you would. Now listen here. It's like we're trying to say, well, this is how, and listen. This is why I would say I would have a lot more respect for her if she would knock off trying to act like she knows how this all works.
Counterproductive to a lot of people, because when you have an eating disorder, the main thing is that your relationship with food is just all kinds of messed up. And in order to repair that, you have to stop giving moral value to foods, bad or good or whatever. And it's really difficult because to get ahead, you kind of have to go backwards a bit, by saying I'm going to allow myself all kinds of food. And no food is good or bad. So you might eat all, oh wow, I can eat all this. So you might eat more of it at first. But then the idea is that without that pressure to eliminate the food from your diet, your mind is not going to panic and restrict and think, okay, I can't have this, so I must eat it all. So there's different steps that are taken, and it's a longer process. So I just wanted to let you guys.
It's a process that you're trying to set here that you have absolutely zero knowledge of what, and it's like, this is what I'm saying. You would get a lot less backlash if you would stop trying to give advice and these things. If you knew these things, you wouldn't just like Amberlynn. Oh, I know what I'm doing. I know my body. I know how to count calories. We've heard it from her. I know my body. You wouldn't be in the predicament that you're in. I would have a lot more respect for her if she would quit. Well, I just want to tell you guys, and I know that, no, you don't know. You don't know. You're not getting help.
Yes,
no.
I'm working on things.
No, you're not. You can. You're only fooling yourself.
Victory is paved with all kinds of failure. So maybe we just need to stop looking at failure as such a negative thing and just kind of normalize it a little bit. What's important is if you keep trying.
Well, you failed your test today, son, at school. Oh, that's normal. You're really bad in your addiction. That's normal. No, that's not how life works. You don't want to normalize failure because then it becomes normal. Do you catch what I'm saying? If you normalize the failure, sorry, I'm getting tongue twisted. If you normalize, the failure, and that becomes normal to you, then you are going to continue to fail, and you're going to continue to tell yourself, it's okay, it's normal to fail all the time. No, that's not how life works. That's what you've created, why you're in the predicament you're in, because it's normal to fail every day. It's okay, and that's why you're at where you're at, unfortunately.
Anyways, I think that's it for now. I don't really have much else to say again. So I know you guys I've been promising time warps for like 3 months. I definitely will be coming out with those. At least one of them next week. I am feeling a bit better day by day. I'm up in the daytime. I'm feeling a lot better. I'm hoping once my injection starts going through my system more and the side effects subside a bit.
Dude, you've been acting this way before the injection. Here's the thing with the time warps. It's still eating content. Shame on the people that say they care about her, but yet they're pushing these time warps. The time warps are eating content. They're all, the whole thing is surrounded for eating. So if you say you care about her, but yet you're bugging her to do the time warps, you want her to eat, which therefore it doesn't make sense. You can't care about somebody and say, well, eat up, buddy. Hey, make these time warps. We want to see it. It is eating content. That is what she struggles with.
As tired, and time warp is one of those things I really enjoy doing, but I want to have the energy to do it. I don't want to feel like crap when I'm doing those things. I want to have fun, you know. So otherwise it just won't be as enjoyable for me, and it won't be as enjoyable for you. Sorry, I have this tinny sulfuric taste in my mouth, and when I burp from the injection, which has been reported by people, so it's not good. Anyways, all right, enough rambling, and I will see you guys soon, and thank you for watching.
All right, guys, I personally think she might have hit the old vape before that. She seemed very mellow, very chill. I think that she keeps bringing up this, shot, all the side effects. Dude, you had all this shaken before the shot. I think it is just sad fishing. Oh, I've got this side effect, and I've got this taste in my mouth. Dude, stop trying to give health advice. Stop saying, well, if you do this and then you got to rein in and you got to make your brain think about food and etc., you wouldn't get as much backlash. You wouldn't get as much static. There are so many channels that I see that are new coming up with videos. If you just, there's so many each day, or different channels that even cover stuff that, they're like, hey, who's this, ran across this, heard about this channel, check this out. All right, guys, leave me a thumbs up, leave me a comment. What do you think about this? I don't understand what the point of this was. If you're in Canada, let me know, is the mental health care system what she's proclaiming, or is it just, another excuse? I will see you guys in a minute. I'm going to let my dogs pick up my desk a little bit. Have a great day. Make sure thumbs up. Check and see if you're still subscribed. And I will talk to you guys later. Kaya is out.